So as you might know, the yellow tractor is done for now. It has broken timing gears and a broken camshaft. So I'm going to put that one aside for now. And I'm going to work on this one. I'm going to get this one back up and going. This one has a lot less hours on it. The shifter is tighter. All the linkages are in much better shape. Even the tires are still good. I'm going to be swapping the tires out. I'm going to put the ones that are on that one back. I'm going to take them back off of that one. And I'm going to put them onto this one. But this engine is good and tight. Has really good compression. Has good spark. It just needs carburetor work. And of course some tin work. Nothing major. Just little stuff like this. It's missing a couple of bolts. Those are not tight. The heat shield for the muffler has a broken tab on it, but the heat shield on that one is good. So I may break out my welder and just weld that back together, or I may just swap it out depending on if I have to take it off. I'll probably just swap it out. I want to change a few other things, like the dipstick is in much better shape on that tractor than this one. That gas tank is horrible. It looks like the outside of a New England car. It's all rusted and flaky inside. And obviously I got to change the seat on it, but that's alright because I'm just going to take all the parts off of that one. Like I said, that tractor has a lot of hours on it. The front end was, we'll say, rebuilt by the previous owner, but they didn't put any original parts on it. They adapted their own setup, and it doesn't steer very well. That tractor tends to push. The front tires want to slide sideways a lot. So I'll pull off the seat. I might try to take the steering wheel. I don't know if this one's steering wheel is going to come off or not, because it looks like somebody in the past tried to take it off and it's all rusty now. The top of that shaft's a little mushroomed over. So I may not bother with that for now. I'll just take the center cap from the other steering wheel and put it onto this one, and what I'll do is I'll really soak that with some good oil. Let oil work itself in there over time. But there's a few other things that need to be done to this one. I'm not too concerned with it right away. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that front axle is bent. Somebody hit something with this left front tire, and the axle is bent back a little bit. I have another one of those axles in here somewhere. Just have to find it. The mower lift handle, somebody removed the roll pin and put a bolt in it, and it's locked into the highest position. I don't know why they would do that, but I'm not concerned with that either because I have a couple of those kicking around. So I got a lot of work ahead of me getting this one up and running to have as my backup, just in case something happens to old Reliable over there. Like 2 weeks ago when the mower deck stripped out some of the splines on the drive shaft. That's when I took this one out, and that's when I ended up with all the problems with that one. And I ended up taking its mower deck off and putting it on that one until I could get that deck fixed. The good deck, the bigger one, is back on my tractor now. And up and running fantastic. I mowed the lawn with that last week. It came out really well. Alright, so this is my project for now. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be getting this one up and running and getting it usable, so I have a backup mower. Because if you look around the garage, the red ST10 isn't here anymore. It's gone. I sold it. So I'm down to these three, plus I have one inside of my old green Jeep. And my wife has hers out in a lean-to shed off the back of the garage. Alright, so I'm going to have at it and get busy starting to swap parts around and pull the carburetor off and see if I can get this one up and running and usable. And I'm going to try and do it without spending any money. I'm hoping I have all the parts that I need in boxes on the shelves, and whatever I don't have in boxes, hopefully I'll have on that tractor. Alright, I'll get back to you when I start working on it. Keep it up in the air. Let's get oil all over it. Got an audio man on the radio. That's nice. You know what? I only cut grass with this thing, so I'm going to put the valve stems facing out. I think the offset is the same in either direction. Tell me when I reach the bench. Almost, right? Well, that's it. Alright, thank you. So I got the entire air cleaner assembly off. Now I'm taking the carburetor out of there. And somebody put clamps on the pulse hoses for the fuel pump. Let's get you in a little bit better. So I need to get down here somehow, some way, get these clamps off. I probably should have taken the grill off the front of the tractor. It would have made my life a lot easier, but I didn't. Can you see that? Now hopefully it slips right off of there. Oh, yeah. Or not. There it is. Now let's see if I can twist this carburetor around and get it off of that linkage without damaging the linkage. There we go. It's out. Grab my screwdriver from down in there. Oh, it is 7/16. What do you think we're gonna find in here? I bet you there's a whole bunch of that white aluminum good. Oh, actually not that bad. It's got a lot of rust. Oh. Eesh. And let it soak for a while so that hopefully I can get it all apart. I just spray it all moving points. You know I'm going to have to rebuild that pump too, so might as well give those bolts a little squirt. That figures it's attached with a head bolt. I'll bet you I could just drill it and put a little sheet metal screw right in there. I think that's what the plan's gonna be. 'Cause it looks like they just welded it in too far and there was too much hanging over. It snapped off at the weld. But I have enough meat there that I can put in a little sheet metal screw, drill right through that tab, right through the shield, and just put a little sheet metal screw in there. And I gotta find a tab for that to lock the choke cable in place. That I know I'm not gonna find on the other engine because it doesn't even have a choke cable on it. What do you think? Should we take the hood and grill off? I'm thinking I should. It's gonna make my life a lot easier. Let's take that hood and grill off. Yep. You got that choke cable taped to this hood brace. Doesn't look like it's going to take much to undo that, does it? Oh, I could be wrong. Wasn't wrong. Wow, I still have these tools in my hand. have it in my hand. What do you think? Can I get the waste basket over there? Going for the basket. I missed. This side has the 12 gauge house wire, and it has the headlight wire taped to it. That they put the right clips in. Nice. Washers. Why is it the washers are always different? One hood brace, there's the other hood brace. Let's chuck those over on the seat. The pins, the clips I mean, I'm going to put right back into the hood. I keep looking at that drop light and end up seeing spots. Get that nut to spin right off. Doesn't look like it. But once they're both loose, then I can put pressure with the grill. Felt like that one came undone. Sure did. That one's not that far away. There it is. Alright, let's get that out of the way. And we gotta unplug this second headlight. There it is. The grill is out of the way. One bolt hit the floor, but not the other. Oh, always the fun part, finding safe places. Looks pretty good to me. Don't look at that light, it'll make you see spots. It's all unburied. Wide out in the open now. So I should be able to work on it pretty easy. I gotta pull those covers off, make sure all the cooling fins are clean underneath of them. I gotta find a couple of bolts that are missing on that cover. And I gotta pull that gas tank. Will it just drop? Trying to avoid. Actually, you know what? Let's just leave those there. Because we will be putting another lift back on here. So we'll just leave these bolts right where they are. That was a lot easier. That. Now I gotta pull the ignition switch out of it too, because this one does not shut off. And can I get the key out? Again. So those are the tabs that I was hammering down. Because like I told you, the new tank is going to go right into those holes. But these cannot be sticking up for the square tank. Now I'm working on the ignition switch, because this one's no good, it's stuck inside. It'll turn to start and it'll stay on run, but you can't shut it off. So I gotta swap that out. I don't know yet if that headlight switch is good. I'll have to check that. The horn button with the really skimpy little wires. See that? Oh, and they put a big hole in the dash. Such a great big hole for some tiny little wires for this thing. Hopefully it's good. If it's good, I'll put another horn in here. I'm gonna have to take it off to see how those wires are attached and maybe replace them. The engine does run good. I've had it running by pouring gas down the carburetor. Didn't smoke either. Even after sitting for as long as it did, it didn't smoke. Alright, I think I'm going to call it quits for the day. It's just about supper time. So, I guess that's it for today. Got my curtains open. A little bit of sunlight in here. Because I always forget to put the curtains up. Alright, I'll get back to it in a while. Probably tomorrow.